So I'm curious to see if anybody will actually see this and jump on board. This is my channel, which I don't usually use too much. So we shall find out. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Change the lighting a bit. There we go. So, if you're watching the replay, that means it was worthy of saving. And so I put it up. But I don't think people are going to join me. This is my channel that I rarely ever, I just started it out. Oh my God, somebody showed up. Welcome to the stream. You might be the only one. This is a new business channel, so you know that I just started it back up yesterday. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if we can get a few people on board. This is not the way to build up a YouTube stream. I'm just testing out things. Okay, somebody just left. They were here and they're gone. It's pretty disappointing. Now I know how it feels like when you have a new channel and nobody cares. All right. Did anybody show up? How you doing? If you're there, drop a comment down below so I know. I'm just testing to see if somebody's going to actually show up. Oh my God, 2 people on this channel. 2 people on this channel. I'm still here. Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, it's... if I start doing these lives, I'm going to have to schedule these so that people know when to show up on this particular channel. Yeah, so let me just jump into it, and that's it. I'll start scheduling these. Yeah, so you saw the GameStop stock drop precipitously, and that was yeah, quite the scene. What can you learn from that? Well, it's a typical pattern I've seen over and over again. Whenever you see something shoot up in value like that, inevitably there's a drop down. Does that mean that it's going to be permanently down, et cetera, et cetera? No, I'm just saying that you just got to be very careful. Whenever you see something shoot up so hard, you get a big spike like that, that's not a good sign, and it's probably not a good time to jump in at that point. So it's a bad chart, as they say. So yeah, that's the observation. What has happened is the Redditors, the Wall Street bets people, I think they're moving into other equities. They're moving into silver, SLV. They're moving into Sundial. There's another one. They really pushed up Sundial huge today. They pushed it up like 40%, 50%, something like that. So they moved that stock around. It's interesting to see, as somebody who's been dabbling in investment. Well, I've been investing for quite a long time. It's a new force of the market, man. These independent investors running around in huge numbers and having an impact on the market. It's crazy. Yeah, let me know. We got 5 people on, which is cool. I appreciate it. This is the channel that I had left for a while because I was just busy with moving and COVID and so forth. So yeah, drop me a comment. Let me know the video quality is okay and the audio quality is okay. I'm just using my my phone right now to record this. So I'm hoping it looks pretty good and it sounds pretty good. Yeah, anyway, so that was the point. The point is when you see any asset, any stock go up like really fast like that, you got to be very, very careful about jumping in after that point, especially when you know that the underlying company is, it's not doing so well financially. So it's a difficult thing. That brokers have allowed hedge funds to go naked short exacerbated the situation. Well, of course, that's it. Well, that's a good play. That was a good play by the Wall Street bets guys. Right? Okay, good. Thanks for that. Yeah. Sorry, a message just came in. Yeah, that short selling when they went over the float, over the value of the float, that was a huge factor in that whole thing, and that was a good play. I did a similar thing 10 years ago at Blockbuster. where there was a huge short position. So I took a position based on that, and it ended up working. Although I got scared out of my position like a punk, but yeah, it's so now they're looking around other heavily shorted stocks, and there might be some opportunities, but it's also very dangerous to trading. Very dangerous. Let's see. What are the comments? Comments were coming in. Yeah, I don't think most of the public understands what you've just explained. Yeah, let me ask people who are watching this. Let me say, give me a thumbs up if you understood in the comments. Say or say don't understand in the comments if you didn't understand. Say don't understand. Will go down. I bought at 295. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I have no idea if it's going to go down. As a general rule, when it comes to the stocks, short-term moves are emotional. Short-term is emotional, which means extremely unpredictable and erratic, just like emotions. And medium, long-term moves, thumbs up. So you understood. Thumbs up means you understood. Thumbs down in the comments means you didn't understand. So everybody's getting okay. It's 2 thumbs up so far. So yeah, remember that when you're playing an investment short term in the stocks, that is, I'll answer that question, TikTok. If you're playing an investment short term, stocks short term, that is emotional. When it is long term, it becomes more fundamental in terms of its price. So when you're dealing with an emotional reaction or emotional price, meaning short-term movement, remember that could be changed very quickly, as we've seen in these stocks, right? And there's also underlying mechanics, like somebody pointed out. They were so heavily shorted by the hedge funds, GameStop was, that it caused that huge spike. But you have to be very cautious and very careful in the short term. So should you hold now? I don't have a crystal ball, dude. I don't know. Nobody knows. It's a coin toss. Having low interest rates for so many years has also contributed to making the market far more irrational and erratic than it would be otherwise. 100%, you are correct, sir. One of the things I would say about the market now is that because they're doing huge amounts of money printing, like huge, right? The proposal is 1.9 trillion or something, but even if it's only 1 trillion or 900 billion, the market is anticipating a big inflation because of all the money printing. Stands to reason, right? So yeah, you got to. That's a very astute observation. I just remember in the last 10 years, things have gotten much more expensive. You see it in housing and so on. But I've seen in my steaks. I remember I used to buy these premium steaks. Angus steaks would cost me $10 10 years ago. Now they're $20. You know, that's inflation. And if you guys don't know, inflation is just printing money. So what do you think really stops cryptocurrency from being used on websites? I think it would be a perfect tipping helpful websites online in amounts that are too small for the major banks. Having low interest, yeah, listen, I have been cautious about crypto, and I've invested and made a little bit of money with them a few years back. And I like the technology. I think it's a niche technology, but I like it. The problem with investing in any of the major cryptos, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, etc., I think Dodge is making big moves now, is that apparently the government of India might ban crypto trading in India. So if that happens, right, that's all it takes is the governments to start banning stuff. So you got to be careful about crypto in that regard. Shutting down the businesses and printing money to help the economy, either morons or traders are running the show. My general belief about this, 98% of the time, it's when you have to decide between is it corruption or is it incompetence? It's incompetence. Generally speaking, I believe You have the C team in government, you know, not the A team, not the B team. It's a C team. And they operate out of fear. They're always worried about, you know, how people see them. That's who's attracted. Like, you got to look at it from a psychological point of view. Who's attracted to government job? Who is the personality type? Someone who's attracted to big government jobs, you know, with, you know, safety. And they're people who are afraid. They're risk averse people who want security and safety, and they're creatures of that kind of environment, which is the opposite of independence and risk taking and critical thinking, and it's the opposite of you know, they're into groupthink, they're into conforming, they're conformists. That's why they're there, you know. The public is not sufficiently well informed to even understand or know what government officials are screwing them over. Yeah, corrupt up top using the incompetent, useful idiots below, laugh aloud. There's no argument about that. There's some truth to that. Hey, Stefan, just paused your Studio Web JS to watch your stream. Hey, cool. I don't know. As you know, I started this channel months ago. It's almost a year ago, 9 months ago, because I didn't want to mix in my finance business discussions with my coding stuff, because I thought it would dilute. But then I just got caught up in stuff. So here I am going to be doing, as you can see, I'm now going to start doing these things. And in fact, you know, talking about business and finances, it's pretty easy for me. Been doing it since I'm 18, so it's like 400 years now. So it's, you know, you do something for decades and decades, it becomes second nature to you, right? So it's pretty easy for me to discuss these things. So yeah, it's the main point of this video and issue was, you know, you got to watch it when you see any asset value spike in value very quickly like that. You got to be very cautious about jumping in on that game. That's when most people jump in, right? They jump in, they get caught at the top, and they get crushed. And I'm not criticizing the move in GameStop. I'm not criticizing Wall Street Bets. In fact, I think it's a great bunch. I love that. I love the whole notion of it. It's just, I'm here to just, from experience, you see that kind of move, you got to be very careful about jumping. You got to jump into these things when nobody's talking about it. You got to jump into these things when it's just a little whisper, and there hasn't been much movement up, right? The best time to have jumped into Bitcoin was 7 years ago, when it was very quiet, you know. And then remember the last run up to Bitcoin, it was like, it was a fervor and everybody was going Bitcoin crazy. And of course it crashed 90% afterwards. Now it's back up, which is great. But it's, you know, you got to suck it in. Imagine you buy at the top or near the top, and then the whole thing collapses. You got to sit on it for a while. It's not pleasant. So that's the lesson, I think, of this video. Short-term movements in equities and stocks, or any assets really, is driven by emotion. Short-term is emotion, which means it's totally unpredictable. Medium, long-term is fundamentals, which means it's much more predictable, much more stable. So keep that in mind when you are investing in anything. And I think it's good, by the way, that people invest and become investment conscious, because that's how most of the wealth is made, by the way, is through investments. So any questions before I let you guys go? Quick little stream. I'm glad we had 7 people at one point. If you like the stream, please give it a thumbs up. And we will do this again soon, I assure you. All right, I guess that's it. We're done. Hey, Stef, I just paused your Studio Web JS course, watch your stream. How do you like in the JS course if you're still on? Let me know what you think about that. And yeah, so where do we go? Oh, hold on. Playing with stuff. Oh yeah, I got this stupid thing here. I can do this. So it's party time with Stef. Have a good night. You too, man. Thanks for joining the stream. And we'll be doing another live soon, I'm sure. So unless there's any other questions, I'll let you guys go. And we'll do another stream tomorrow. Quick little streams like this on the iPhone is easy. I'll talk about the subject of the day. And I'll answer questions related to finance, business, entrepreneurship, freelancing. I'll do that here on this channel. All right. if there's no questions, ciao, guys.